So I'm hoping this can be the last video I make on Rivian before deliveries officially begin, but just trying to keep you guys in the loop. They have built their first customer vehicle. So all of the different Rivians we've seen over the past few years have been pre-production, a lot of prototyping, and a lot of road testing going on, but they weren't officially for people that actually put in reservations. They were being used by employees, they were being used by staff, sometimes for general use, you know, just driving around town and trying to get work done with it, but now they've finally started building customer vehicles that should begin delivery soon. Several pickup trucks have been spotted on the back of semis heading out to Colorado. They've got their EPA ratings now, they've got their safety ratings done, so it sounds like deliveries should be imminent, and unfortunately people were already starting to pick up through these brief tweets from RJ, just a few panel gaps and a few quality control issues from this first vehicle, which maybe we should come to expect with any type of new EV brand, but overall still not a good look, not something you want a lot of attention being drawn to on your first vehicles. Not something I'm saying we should excuse, but as long as the battery pack has been built correctly and the vehicle is safe to drive and the crash ratings are good, I think that the panel gaps are something that their service teams can work on and fix in post. Tesla, of course, dealt with a lot of those same issues when they first started and often are still dealing with to this day, but finding out another company with their own factory still might have some of the same types of production issues, I think says a lot about how difficult it is to ramp EV production. And I do think Rivian may want to take Elon Musk's word on not wanting to buy a new factory or not wanting to expand production quite yet until you've gotten mass production figured out at your first plant, because Elon Musk, of course, has gone through production hell and has realized how complicated it is to get supply chains ready and mass production fine-tuned to the point that everything is working properly. So basically, you don't know what type of factory you're gonna want. You're not gonna know if you want to expand production until you've figured out how to reliably and at massive scale build these vehicles to meet the demand there is for them. So personally, I think it's fine to at least be scouting the United States for another location, because it's obviously gonna take a lot of time just to get permits and to get a concrete slab poured and steel beams put up and everything that goes into mass producing vehicles and the factory that needs to be built them. There's some general basics that I think you can start working on before the mass production process is ready, similar to how Tesla is building the cell sections of the gigafactories in Berlin and Texas. Even though the mass production of 4680s has not been completely ironed out yet, makes sense that Rivian wants to be planning for the future, which overall is a good thing. But it certainly looks like Rivian is going to be the next big EV startup company that actually starts delivering vehicles to consumers, which is great for everyone. And I'm also happy that this next generation startup is beginning their lineup with a vehicle in a class that doesn't really exist outside of itself, which is of course the electric pickup truck market. Lots of promises being made, lots of unveilings going on between Lordstown, the F-150 Lightning, and of course the Cybertruck and the electric Hummer, but Rivian will forever and always have first dibs now, because they get to say, we brought the first electric pickup truck to market, and it took them a long time, there were quite a few delays, but here's hoping that within the next couple weeks we can actually see the first customer receive delivery. I'm sure Rivian is going to be very proud about that and be posting about it everywhere. And that's when the challenge of Rivian as a company really starts. It wasn't just a battle of mass production and figuring out prototyping and EPA tests and all that. The real challenge becomes, can you deliver these products and be profitable and also deliver them reliably? Are they going to have issues? Are they going to have fires? Are there going to be quality control problems? All things that Tesla really had a lot of hardship powering through, and there's a lot of false narrative in the media that will try to bash you in your startup phase, but I do think it'll be very interesting to see if the media leans harder against Tesla than they do Rivian, or is Rivian gonna face the same type of public criticism that Teslas do. Overall, I do think that because Tesla is successful now and they're profitable today, people think that, oh, well, in that case, anyone can make EVs, it's not that complicated. If Tesla can figure it out, that means the competition is coming, that means more EV brands are going to launch soon, and before you know it, you know, there will be tons of way better cars than Tesla can even make. But I think a lot of people misunderstand how much work and how much time Elon Musk put into the company and how difficult it was to turn that company profitable. And they had to make a lot of drastic changes that they didn't think was going to be necessary at first, that resulted in the cars being more streamlined, more simplified, and reducing the amount of parts necessary. And I think a lot of that mass production hell that Tesla went through is what allows them to be profitable today. And Rivian hasn't gone through that yet, and now that it's beginning, they may start realizing how difficult it is to sell their vehicles profitably and reliably, and it may change their future trajectory of the company to find out what types of issues they run into when they actually have customers and when they're delivering products, and they have to face the consequences of a lot of their design choices with their vehicles. So that's just what I think Elon is saying to pay attention to before you've started mass production of something. You don't realize how complicated having all of these parts and having a complex design could result in. So that's likely why Tesla likes going the more minimal and simplistic route with their interiors, with their exterior designs. They may not be the most iconic or intricate designs out there, but you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. A lot of people love their Tesla designs, but I think people will realize very quickly that Tesla designs their vehicles with more purpose than aesthetic. And even though the Model Y may not be the best looking crossover out there, because they're able to scale production of that vehicle so well and so reliably, it's going to allow that EV to become one of the best selling cars on the planet. And that's why prototypes are relatively easy, and I think Rivian has gotten their really solid product down, and how this mass production process is going to go for them will be very interesting. So I'll keep a close eye on when official deliveries will begin. Let me know what you guys think of Rivian officially making their first customer vehicle. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.